But for Ayesha, Christmas no longer felt joyful. Ayesha worked late at a clothing factory so she could earn extra money for her little son Hamza. She had promised him new shoes for Christmas morning. By the time she left work, the streets were nearly empty. With tired eyes and a heavy heart, she boarded the last local train, heading toward her town. The women's compartment was almost deserted. One by one, passengers got off at different stations until Ayesha was completely alone. Outside, cold wind rattled the train windows. Ayesha checked the time on her phone. 12:40 a.m. She sighed and called her husband, Farhan. "Don't worry," she whispered. "I'll reach soon. Tell Hamza to sleep." Farhan laughed softly. "He's waiting for you. He refuses to celebrate Eid without his mother." A small smile appeared on Ayesha's face. But suddenly, the train screeched loudly and stopped in the middle of nowhere. The lights flickered. Ayesha looked outside. Darkness surrounded the tracks. No station, no people, only silence. Her heartbeat quickened. Then she heard it. Tap, tap, tap. Footsteps. Inside the compartment. Ayesha slowly turned around, but nobody was there. She stood up nervously and walked toward the train door. Her hands trembled as she held her phone flashlight. Again. Tap, tap, tap. This time closer. Her breathing became heavy. She quickly pointed her phone camera behind her. For a second, nothing appeared. Then suddenly, a blurry figure flashed on the screen. A child, standing silently in the corner. Ayesha gasped and turned back immediately, but the compartment was empty. The train suddenly started moving again. Ayesha kept reciting prayers under her breath until finally the train reached the station. She rushed out onto the empty platform. The entire station looked abandoned. The Christmas lights hanging outside flickered weakly in the cold wind. To leave the station, she had to cross an old underground tunnel. Ayesha hesitated, then she slowly stepped inside. The tunnel was dark and damp. Her footsteps echoed loudly. Halfway through, she heard someone crying. A child. Soft, painful sobbing. Ayesha froze. Near the wall sat a little boy wearing torn Christmas clothes. His face was hidden behind messy hair. Ayesha carefully moved closer. "Beta, what happened? Where are your parents?" The boy slowly lifted his head. His face was pale, his eyes completely black. And then he smiled, a horrifying smile. The tunnel lights began flickering violently. The boy pointed toward Ayesha and whispered in a broken voice, "Will you celebrate Eid with us?" Suddenly, dozens of children's laughter echoed through the tunnel. Ayesha stepped back in terror. Shadows began appearing on the walls, small hands crawling across the ceiling. The boy's neck twisted unnaturally. Then he screamed. The flashlight in Ayesha's hand died instantly. Darkness swallowed everything. Her terrified scream echoed through the tunnel, and then silence. The next morning on Christmas Day, Farhan arrived at the station, searching desperately for his wife. Police searched the tunnel for hours. They found only Ayesha's broken phone, Hamza's Christmas shoes, and bloodstains near the wall. But Ayesha was never found. After that incident, the tunnel was permanently sealed. Even today, locals say that every Christmas night, the sound of children laughing and crying can still be heard from inside the tunnel. And sometimes, passengers on the last train see a woman in white sitting alone near the window.